various projects. And Mr. Speaker, some of these we've proven earlier on in a number of those other grounds. Number 27, on 15th August 2023, the governor compensated the victims of Londiani accident from the county emergency fund to cover up for the funds raised by the public and misappropriated by a committee he had formed to steer the fund drive, and without cogent explanation of how the funds publicly raised for the victims had been expended. Mr. Speaker, the violation is using the county money to pay for the victims of Londiani accident, despite the fact that there was a fundraiser that had been conducted to support the victims and to pay for the hospital bills. Evidence of the governor's engagement, connivance, and complicity in the aforementioned acts of misappropriation, misallocation, and illegal drawings of the county revenue and county finances is to be found in, number 1, the report of the ad hoc committee on the alleged fictitious payments, which we have the report, that is KCA exhibit number 1. We have it here, Mr. Speaker. This one. Number 2, a bundle of sample of vouchers, payment requisitions, delivery notes, LSOs, etc. The payments are made. That is KCA exhibit number 2, which is also here. Then we have number 3, Roman number 3, joint committee report of the county assembly on implementation status of National Agriculture Value Chain Development Project (NAFCDP) in Kericho County. Kericho County Assembly exhibit number 3. The report is here, Mr. Speaker. Number 4, World Bank Project Implementation Manual for NAFCDP, KCA exhibit number 4, which is here too. Roman number 5, joint committee report on the implementation status of FLOCA programs, KCA exhibit number 5. It is also here, and that was done by the committee, joint committee on water and environment. Roman number 6, reports on the ad hoc committee on Kazi Mutani project, KCA exhibit number 6. It is also here, Mr. Speaker. Roman number 7, committee on implementation report on the motion of strategic intervention projects, KCA exhibit number 7. It is also here and it is ready. Roman number 8, a bundle of vouchers for the payment of various projects under the strategic intervention projects, KCA exhibit number 8. It is also here. Number 9, Roman number 9, affidavits of Mr. Eric Koech, KCA exhibit number 9. And number 10, video clips, KV 001 and KV 002. Mr. Speaker, I would wish we play that video when I handle Roman number 2. That is the misappropriating and or abetting misappropriation of funds publicly raised for the victims of Londiani accident, because that is the clip. Number 1, on various dates between 4th July 2023 and 9th July 2023, the governor grossly violated provisions of Article 10, 73 and 75 of the Constitution and sections 29 and 34 of the Leadership and Integrity Act 2012 by number A, overseeing misappropriation of funds raised for the victims of horrendous Londiani Junction accident tragedy, in which over Kenya shillings 9 million of public raised funds were lost. Number B, redating on his undertaking to implement the report of the County Assembly's ad hoc committee formed to probe the misappropriation of funds meant for the victims of the accident. There is evidence that the governor filed a suit and or supported this suit by those implicated in the report of the County Assembly's ad hoc committee. So, committee in Kericho, ELCR code petition number E006 of 2023. That is Dr. Wesley Bor and 5 others versus the governor, the county government of Kericho and others. And Kericho ELCR petition number E014 of 2023, that is Victor Tum and others versus the Kericho, the governor, Kericho County Government, and others. Number C, being personally and directly complicit in the flawed award of direct tenders for the service providers during the fundraiser and requiem mass of the victims of the accident. Number D, the county governor has in this regard committed numerous and various acts in the course of his duties that are contrary to and in violation of the Constitution and laws of Kenya. These include, number 1, the authenticity of various payments made cannot be confirmed. The fact that the exact amount of money expended from the sum collected during the fundraiser points to impropriety and suggests a clear fraud on those whom the funds ought to have benefited. Roman number 2, a total of Kenya shillings 13,682,660 was collected at the fundraiser. A sum of Kenya shillings 423,000 was purportedly expended as pastors' facilitation, transport fund, field preparation, lunches and refreshments, printing, publishing and radio announcements. Other payments that were approved from the fund were the Kericho County Referral Hospital, Kenya shillings 2,037,524, Londiani Hospital, Kenya shillings 1,534,190, Supertrix Limited, Kenya shillings 2,945,000, Supershine Limited, Kenya shillings 411,000, Race Hotel, Kenya shillings 100,000, County Commissioners Fuel, Kenya shillings 300,000, etc. Number 3, that when Kenyans from all walks of life voluntarily made contributions to aid the victims of the tragedy, it was never intended or anticipated that the funds would be misappropriated with the blessings of the governor, who had a higher calling to ensure the money is accounted for to the last coin, and whom the people bestowed their trust. Roman number 4, the governor issued contradictory statements insofar as the use of the fund is concerned. The contradictory statements point to his being complicit in the manner. Roman number 5, while the governor is on record indicating that the medical bills for all the victims would be waived and taken care of by the county government, it is not clear why had the money to be paid out from the fund collected to various public hospitals against the express and unequivocal representations of the governor. Mr. Speaker, we have the clips, and before even we play those clips, this was the most unfortunate incident that happened in July. Mr. Speaker, I know you come from Kipkelion East, and quite a number of times you pass by Londiani Junction. Mr. Speaker, look at those people who, conduct their businesses there. Those selling maize, those selling some food produces, the border fellows around that center. Mr. Speaker, these are the people who are trying to make the least out of what they sell. Think of those selling maize choma, Mr. Speaker. The much that particular person can make out of that is 10 shillings per maize cob, or I don't know what we call that, the mahindi choma. But then, Mr. Speaker, when the accident came, these are the people who could not afford even the medical bills. Mr. Speaker, the fundraiser was hurriedly done, and the members of the public gave their monies in kind. First of all, Mr. Speaker, immediately the accident happened, the former deputy president landed in the site. And I think other senior officials in this government, they even gave an amount in advance. Rigathi Gachagua himself gave Kenya shillings 2 million the same day. Mr. Speaker, it is unheard of for the county government, led by the governor, Dr. Eric Mutahi, to misuse those monies that were meant to benefit the victims of that accident. I want to play the videos, Mr. Speaker, beginning with when the whistleblower came on board. That is when Engineer Fred Kirui raised the issue of misuse of those funds. Mr. Speaker, you formed another committee that was chaired by one Honorable Moses Rotich, the MCA representing, and it came as a result of a statement from the Honorable Vincent Corrup. Mr. Speaker, when you formed the other committee, the governor called a press conference right in front of his office. And Mr. Speaker, the governor committed that he was going to act on the report. I want you to play that video shortly.
Circulating around the criticism that money was lost in the process. Some other families have not received the money. I've been able to reach out to the committee which was concerned and also be able to understand what exactly transpired. Because just like any other person.
Mr. Speaker, that is when the governor came out, immediately formed the other committee after the statement was raised. In fact, there is a common phrase, Mr. Speaker, where the governor claimed in our local language, mangetu chito, meaning he was not going to spare anyone who was accused of stealing the fund. Mr. Speaker, I want you to play the next clip when now the report of the committee that was looking into the fictitious payments from the kitty. And we will have two clips. There is one clip where the governor claims he was going to foot all the bills, the medical bills, the tent, and any other cost by the county government of Kericho. And the money raised from the fundraiser was only meant to be shared among the victims of the Londiani accident. I want you to play that clip where the governor now called a press conference calling the committee led by the Honorable Moses Rotich a funeral committee.
I must admit that having looked the committee, I have directed the committee that as of Wednesday last week, I have directed them to pay all the money. However, the committee indicates to me that the checkbook that they were supposed to use in payment of the victims were in the hands of the funeral committee. Sorry, the other committee, but again is a funeral committee because it was looking into mother's funeral. So the funeral committee of the assembly had the checkbook and they were not able to disperse the money. And now that the funeral other committee has finished their work, I request them to provide the check because
Mr. Speaker, if I had an opportunity to play the entire clip, because we were able to pick that one because of time, Mr. Speaker, the governor even went an extra mile and said that my hands are tied. You know, there are officers in this county government who are accused of mishandling that money. And one of the recommendations from the committee was that they be disciplined. Disciplining them means either they was going to be surcharged or made to repay the money that were paid to them. The governor came before the members of the public and said, I have no powers to discipline the chief officers and other officers who are mentioned. Mr. Speaker, I'm talking about the governor who contradicts himself in so many occasions. And number two, this is a governor who demeans a honorable committee that was looking into issues of the victims of Londiani accident. Mr. Speaker, calling the other committee that was looking into Londiani accident compensation a funeral committee is something that, Mr. Speaker, I'm worried. Because one, that act alone amounts to violation of Article 10 of the Constitution. And Mr. Speaker, that is why I still insist before this House, Your Excellency, there is no choice, but when the time comes for us to vote, you need to exit this county, Mr. Speaker. I mean, the governor has to, the governor has to go. And Mr. Speaker, let me read number E. By his acts of omission and commission, the governor has grossly violated Article 75 of the Constitution, which demands that a state officer shall, whether in public or private, behave in a manner that avoids conflicts of interest between personal interest and the public or official interest, or compromises public interest in favor of personal interest. Number F, by overseeing the misappropriation of the funds aimed at assisting victims of the accident, the governor violated Article 73(2), which demands from him selfless service based solely on public interest, demonstrated by honesty in execution of his duties, accountability to the public, A, Roman 2 and 3 of the Constitution, which demands that he at all times demonstrate respect to the people and brings honor and dignity to the office he holds. Number H, by allowing himself and senior officials close to him to benefit from the funds, the governor violated Article 76(2)(b) of the Constitution, which prohibits a state officer from accepting a benefit in circumstances that compromise the integrity of the state officer. Number I, by failing to ensure that decision-making in the executive office of the county governor are not influenced by corruption, nepotism, and other callous improper motives, the governor has failed to exercise objectivity and impartiality, thus violating Article 73(2)(b) of the Constitution of Kenya 2010. Evidence of the governor's engagement, connivance, and complicity in the acts of misappropriating and or abetting misappropriation of publicly raised funds is to be found in Roman number 1, the report on the investigation of Londiani accident victims fundraising held on 4th July 2024, KCA exhibit number 10, which is, the report is here, Mr. Speaker. Roman number 2, affidavits filed by the governor in Kericho ELCR petition number E014 of 2023, KCA exhibit number 11, and video clips numbered KCA V3, KCA V4, and KCA V5. Mr. Speaker, those are the clips that we played, and we will get to play now the one that whether the team was able to present it there, but we have them where the governor continues to contradict himself in the whole incident. And Mr. Speaker, lastly, when the committee sat in this house, Mr. Speaker, there was an accountant from the referral hospital who appeared before this committee. The governor had indicated that the county government of Kericho was going to foot all the medical bills. The county government of Nakuru, led by Governor Susan Kihiga, paid for all the victims of the accident. So there was nothing the county government of Kericho was paying. But from the report generated from the executive, led by the governor, County Referral Hospital, the accountant was called to ensure he come up with the bills, purposely for the governor to account how the money was used. Mr. Speaker, in one of these clips, not that one, of course he talked about that one. I want you to go to exhibit number what? Is it number 1? Yes, that one.
Thanks.
Sorry? You go to number 4. That one. That one. That's true.
That's of Kericho. Made for this particular. First of all, we in our country. Today, yesterday we have in trade partnership with the national government. That has been advertised and it's already procurement has been done to the state. We going to have a new market and Kapates and a new market in Kapates. The good news is that a lot of projects to add additional 4 markets. And the market we are targeting is Loti, we are targeting Lothiani and Kapates. So those 4 options. I wish also to indicate that as a council, we have been able to move forward and close the Capsule project, which is the county integrated agro-process control and value addition. The national government has given us 50 million. The county government of Kericho has equally partnered with the national government to another 50 million. And this approach will be as 500 million, and we're going to have the capsule that is introduced away. And then we're moving to the region and also finally adding project addition in our farm. We're looking forward to do value addition in our potatoes, our sweet potatoes, our milk.
Let's be patient. It's almost getting to where we want.
Further to that, we can always find it on track, and we are still deliberating to the MCA that they can really so that the remaining material is around 7 million for its completion, together with equipment and planning investments. We're looking forward to be able to run and complete the project so that we can add our vegetables rate and then expand the product. And the only community. We are here because as a county we had a very serious project in Kericho which saw a number of people lost. When we were on 52 and then went around the clock we found reached out to...
Sorry, Mr. Speaker.
You want us to continue?
What I want or maybe I can explain, is making his commitment that the county government of Kericho was going to foot all the medical bills for the victims and the tent and anything that was going to be used through the whole exercise. Mr. Speaker, unfortunately, from the report, the county government of Kericho, led by the governor, was able to pay Super Tricks 2.945 million shillings. Sub-county hospital and our Kericho referral hospital, and without blinking an eye, they also budgeted for the Nakuru PGH hospital and Molo sub-county hospital. Mr. Speaker, why would you budget for what you had claimed the county government of Kericho was going to pay? Why would you use the same fund to meet the expenses in that clip that the county government of Kericho was going to foot? Mr. Speaker, in the whole exercise, the governor was trying to account for the misuse of the fund that was meant to be paid to the victims of the accident. We will, of course, get a clearer video of that that evidence we are adducing, because it is important. This is where we will not let the governor go, because when we went to Senate last time, Mr. Speaker, our case was not heard because of what most of our members know. So we are going to produce this as an evidence. The governor had the overall responsibility to ensure the fund was used prudently and to benefit the victims. Later on, Mr. Speaker, the governor, I want to believe in his own replying affidavit, is going to prove how he was able to retrieve or to get back the money that he eventually used to pay to the victims. However, Mr. Speaker, to date, there are victims of that accident who claim they have never been paid to date. Mr. Speaker, it is wrong, it is immoral, even to steal from the people who lost their loved ones. Number B.
Order, number one. Now that you take your seat, now that you have played a clip that is not clear and audible and not flowing, ensure that you perhaps you hand over to the office of the clerk a clear one, an audible one, and so that we can, the one that is flowing, so that we can also share with the governor. All right. Proceed.
I stand guided, Mr. Speaker. Number B, abuse of office. And Roman number 1, illegal appointments and lawful dismissal and transfers and usurpation of the constitutional and statutory functions of the county public service. Number 1, the governor has variously engaged in Roman number 1, gross misconduct, Roman number 2, gross violation of Articles 10, 73, 75, 232, 235, and 236 of the Constitution. And Roman number 3, gross violation of Section 17 of the Public Officer Ethics Act, Section 55, 59, 59A, 60, 62, 63, 64, and 65 of the County Governments Act, Section 4 of the Public Appointments County Assemblies Approval Act of 2017, and variously abused his office by, number 1, skewed and competitive and nepotic appointments of the county employees of various cadres. For instance, the governor recently hired his own brother, one Victor Mutahi, as a revenue clerk. Similarly, the governor's personal assistant's wife, one Chepkirui Mercy, who was recently hired as a nurse on contract basis, was confirmed. Yet there are a number of nursing staff who have been serving on contract for long without confirmation. Number B, illegally appointing one Mrs. Alice Bett, now judge of the High Court, as the county attorney when there was a substantive office holder, an act of which the Employment and Labor Relations Court, Honorable Lady Justice Wasilwa, affirmed was irregular and procedural and unlawful in Sang versus Governor Kericho County and 2 others. Petition E001 of 2023. In that case, the governor was found by the court to be in gross violation of Article 73 and 232 of the Constitution. His actions found to be illegal and unconstitutional, and ordered to pay costs of Kenya shillings 2 million and costs personally. The governor has therefore been already adjudged to be in gross violation of the law and all the Assembly and the Senate. And this is very interesting, Mr. Speaker, because 1, the governor was taken through the justice system and the judge ruled that the governor violated Article 73 and 232 of the Constitution. And that means, Mr. Speaker, if the governor has been found to have violated the Constitution, you know, the governor stands adjudged. In this instance, Mr. Speaker, the governor even doesn't need to be brought to this house to be impeached. If a resident in this county was able to bring a petition, definitely the governor would cease holding office. Because 1, why would you hire somebody when there is an office holder? And the petitioner successfully petitioned through the courts and the governor was ruled to have violated the law. Him even being ordered to pay Kenya shillings 2 million personally was enough proof by the courts that the governor was found to have abused office. Number C, causing the advertisement of the positions of doctors, nurses, early childhood education ECD teachers, just to endear himself politically when he knew the county government did not have capacity to hire. The applicants were subsequently not shortlisted, or the alleged vacancies fill up. And this is what came up, I think, around 2023. We have the advert, Mr. Speaker, where so many positions were advertised, and they were never filled. It is only recently when the health workers were successfully recruited, but then the other cadres in education and all the other positions have never been filled up. Revenue clerks, there are, Mr. Speaker, we appropriated as a house, and of course in consultation with the executive, and we were able to hire 30 revenue clerks. Mr. Speaker, the other positions that were advertised were never filled to date. The replacement of ECD teachers has never been done, despite the fact that the governor, through his authority in writing to the County Public Service Board for advertisement, they did that. People applied, they were never shortlisted or interviewed. Of course, Mr. Speaker, that is wrong. Number D, illegally deploying health staff via notice dated 22nd July 2024 without any justification, authority, and involvement of County Public Service Board, thus creating crisis in the health sector. And this was very interesting, Mr. Speaker, because one, the governor instructed the then county secretary for a number of transfers, which were reversed when the Committee on Health, led by the Honorable L.B. intervened. Of course, Mr. Speaker, the duty pursuant to County Governments Act Section 69 and 72 of the County Governments Act vests the authority to the various chief officers within the department to do the transfers. And 72 is for the county secretary to do the transfers across the departments. In that case, Mr. Speaker, the then county secretary did transfers arbitrarily. It was chaotic. The staff were lost, a number of them lost morale. Had it not been for the Committee on Health to intervene, perhaps, Mr. Speaker, service delivery was going to be hampered in this county. Number E, since his assumption of office, of staff who've lost their jobs without any cause. Mr. Speaker, I know of CECs who are very young as the governor. Some of them are going through problems now. Their families are broken. The governor has never considered even a single thought about such employees. Mr. Speaker, why would the governor just wake up one morning, dismiss the CECs? And when he's asked why, there was an instance, and I'm happy, Your Excellency, you're here, where I was calling him to inform him, don't fire this particular officer. He told me, I'm the appointing authority. That was a phone call conversation. And then, Mr. Speaker, I wonder why would you hire somebody who had a job, a well-paying job? 4 months down the line, you fire that particular individual. Case in point is Malel Kipruto, who was the TSE director in Turkana. The governor implored on him to come take up the job in the county government. This individual went through 4 departments within 4 months. He was hired. You know, Mr. Speaker, I'm a member of the appointment committee. When the name of one Malel Kipruto came to this house, he was the CEC in charge of public service management. Hardly 1 month later, he was taken to ICT. A month and a half later, he was in charge of lands. How will this particular officer learn the ropes to be able to, offer services to this county? Yes, Mr. Speaker, the governor has continued to abuse office by firing left, right, center officers he himself, proposed through this house for them to be hired. This is the height of impunity, that the governor has continued to show ever since he was elected. Evidence of the governor's engagement, connivance, complicity in the foregoing acts of illegal appointments, unlawful dismissal and transfers, and usurpation of the constitutional and statutory functions of the county organs is to be found in, number 1, the judgment of Employment and Labor Relations Court in Kericho in the case of Collins Sang versus Governor Kericho County and 2 others, petition E001 of 2023. And it was in 2024, the judgment actually was published. That is KCA exhibit number 12. Roman number 2, a bundle of notices from the governor dismissing the CECs, CEOs, and other staff. KCA exhibit number 13. Roman number 3, copies of bundles of sample court documents filed in various cases. KCA exhibit number 14. Mr. Speaker, remember all the CECs who've been fired have gone to court. They have active court cases. And, most of these labor-related cases, most of it, oftentimes, the employer always loses the case. And this county, led by the governor, if he continues to lead this county, we're going to pay damages amounting to millions because of the number of people the governor has fired. Roman number 2, subversion, discrediting, and impeding of the oversight role of the county assembly. Mr. Speaker, number 1, on 3rd of September 2024, the governor engaged in 1 gross misconduct, and Roman number 2 grossly violated the provisions of Articles 10, 73, 75, and 174 and 185.3 of the Constitution, and abused his office by writing to the Speaker purporting to direct the Speaker on inter alia the timelines the Speaker should give the chief officers who are summoned by the Assembly for questioning in exercise of the Assembly's oversight mandate. Evidence of the governor's engagements, connivance, and complicity in the foregoing acts of subversion, discrediting, and impeding of the oversight role of the county assembly is to be found in number 1, a letter by the governor dated 20th August 2024 addressed to the Speaker of the county assembly of Kericho. KCA exhibit number 15, and number 2, a letter from the Speaker to the governor dated 3rd September 2024, KCA exhibit number 16. And in this instance, Mr. Speaker, remember we had initiated a process of calling the CECs and CEOs to answer to any issue that we have in this house. The governor wrote back to us. In fact, in a funny scenario one time, the governor ordered a meeting in Nakuru when we had already delivered letters to them to appear before this house. That was a case of trying to evade answering to the question some of the members had raised in the various departments. Mr. Speaker, we are mandated by law to exercise our oversight role, and one of them is to interview most of these executives. We are the people of audacity to write to you, informing you that you don't need to summon these people to your office, to the assembly, to answer to the questions. And that was wrong. I'm happy because you replied that we have the mandate as an assembly to do the role that the people gave us. Number C, gross misconduct. Roman number 1, bullying, incitement, vilification of people and the county staff. Number 1, on various occasions, the governor has conduct. And number 2, gross violation of the provisions of Article 10, Article 73, and Article 75 of the Constitution. And section into office, the governor led a mob to Mr. Josea Kiblangat-Kogo within Kericho town and tore down the fence. The governor has since designated the subject land as an illegal dump site operated by the county government without the consent of the registered proprietor, National Environment Management Authority, NEMA, approval, gazettement by the county designating the parcel as a dump site, and in total disregard of a court order issued by the Environment and Land Court in Kericho in ELC petition number E001 of 2022, Josea Kiblangat-Kogo versus County Government of Kericho. As a result of the illegal actions of the governor, the county was condemned to pay costs. Mr. Speaker, we have the clip, and before we play, this is a case where the governor again lost. The proprietor of the parcel of land went to court. And this was funny, Mr. Speaker, so that you know it is wrong to get it wrong from the word go. This is day 2 after swearing in. The governor led a mob, tore down the fence of that particular proprietor. Even if the governor knew that the land is claimed to belong to the county, there is a due process. You don't repossess illegally, make it a dump site without any approval. And then when the proprietor went to court, he won the court case. The county government of Kericho was ordered to pay 30 million. And additional other